One and all, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Nat 13's Dreamworks Dungeons and Dragons. I am your dungeon master, August Schmid, and with me are some regulars of the Nat 13. We have some favorites here like Adrian, Hannah, Nick, Mason, Marissa, and Megan. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Delayed reaction.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, y'all a bunch of punks. But I love you all, and indeed, it's so great to be playing D&D with you all. This, of course, it's been a while since I've had to say this. The following Dungeons and Dragons game is run through the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition system. We do not own, nor do we claim to own any of the properties mentioned, including those, of course, involved with the Dreamworks. So please don't sue us or, send gangsters to our house to threaten us. But
Not the Pinkertons.
yeah, let's geez, you gotta feel uneasy when it's like that's quite the response. But with that being said, I would invite you all to journey with us into a world we have never yet encountered. The lands sprawling before you, turning and coasting around mountains and valleys. But as we see hanging above this image, a simple crescent moon just beginning to wax over dark and cloudy skies. As we slowly push further into this setting, we find ourselves at a simple coasting city. The small coastal city that is known as Firebend sits on the edge of the Great Sahara Desert. Dunes that roll and change with the winds, sand blistering hot in the day and freezing cold at night. That even here in the highest months of winter in Dromore still burn and are deadly for any that dare to venture out in the coming days without preparation. As we journey into Firebend, we will find ourselves looking at this simple coastal town. Firebend does not have much to its name, simply that it is the closest coastal city for those coming from Moorrun and Syracuse, further up north to the lands of far, far away, or out further west to the New World out in the Amazon. Firebend holds a special place, though, for many of the citizens here, as this is a classic market. We see grand awnings of green and blue and red stretching out over the streets, that even though this rather cooler day for the city, it is still a hot 85 degrees, and so many patrons find themselves journeying back and forth underneath the canopies, finding relief and water amongst the shade. In this market stall-filled street, there are many interesting characters. We see elves striding forth gracefully across the sands, merchants of many shape and size, such as human and dwarf, selling their wares, and even here in these desert areas, many elementals, both of fire and earth, that move through the sands and walls as freely as they would as if they were incorporeal. But as we journey and see this market stall, it is only right that we find out who we are going to visit first. It is perfect. As we look at the market stall, gracefully stepping in between persons, we see a rather intimidatingly large figure, a man draped in simple red cloth, holding a walking stick to move himself along and part the crowds as he moves. Mason, would you like to introduce your character and maybe what they look like and what they are doing maybe at the market today?
Yes, so this is Moses. And at this point, his clothing is a bit more tattered, starting to get really threadbare, and his hair and beard are a bit longer than we see him at like the end of Prince of Egypt. I'd say he's just at the market today, just kind of getting the basic supplies that he'd need for like the week before taking off back into the hills. Like the little camp he had.
Excellent. Moses, as you move through the market, simple list in your mind. Of course, water is one of the biggest things you need, but dried meats and berries are an essential. As you move through these rations, the different vendors hawking their wares, you, with pretty passive investigation, it's not hard to find what you need, but you do see that the current price of food has increased even here in Firebend. That as you are sitting, your usual person, as you are looking to buy, just the simple in beef, like, hey, let's get ourselves some beef and fruit and apples. What normally only cost you maybe 5 to 6 copper, you see that vendors are now hawking their wares starting at a minimum of 5 silver per pound of food here.
All right.
As you move through, Moses, yes, sorry, what was that?
No, then you finish up, and then I'll go with what I was going to say.
I was just going to finish by saying, you moving through, you could try to hawk these vendors down. You think it's not going to be impossible to try to get better prices? They simply have started at higher food prices.
Mm-hmm. So in that case, I'm going to go up to one of the vendors. Excuse me, friend. Is there a reason that the prices have gone up so drastically since last time I was here?
You see a man very Arabic in his skin tone, with that like black dark hair that's been pulled back, band to prevent the sweat, turns. The price increase is simply because of the wars happening, sir. You see, it is hard to get good dried meats and berries when every nation that you are sailing to and from seems to be at war with each other. But, of course, I can sell you for a good price. It seems you are looking at my dried jerkies. I will give you a pound of my jerky for only 4 silver.
4 silver. I'd be willing to pay free.
I could do 3, but of course I have my mouths to feed as well. Go ahead, give me a persuasion check, if you would be so kind, Moses.
Let me get that up real quick. Alright, 7.
7. You see the vendor. I must ask for 4 silver pieces. It is only a fair price. Usually I should be charging people 5.
Yes, I see. 3 copper and, 3 silver and 7 copper?
You see the man kind of wistfully scratches his head. I could be persuaded. You shake hands as quick money's exchanged, and you grab some of the simple supplies that should last you definitely through the week, if not longer. As you are making this sale, we will now look at another personage here in the market today. Another large humanoid figure, it seems, this one wearing very strange attire. Now, it is not uncommon to have people who wear armor, even in a relatively peaceful city such as Firebend, but this figure is wearing a strange gleaming white armor set with bands of yellow that are inlaid in the pauldrons and knee guards. Marissa, would you like to describe a little bit of what your character looks like and maybe what you think you're doing here at the market today?
Yes. Hulk has kind of long, mostly straight hair. He's always got his orange bandana on. He's got his, like you said, his armor, and he's a big guy. And he's like part small and part black. And he probably is maybe looking for food, but probably honestly is in the marketplace because it's a social place, and he's a little bit thirsty for social interaction right now.
I like it. Hunk, as you move through the market, it's been a few weeks since you've arrived on this planet. Very similar to your own, I would say, in multiple regards, but still strangely different. It is nice to be able to talk to people. And so, it's like you don't have to be buying anything, but you see that simply talking to these vendors who are hawking quality copper plates for transcribing of your documents. I have the finest protection. You can hire our guards for the week. It's just nice to be able to talk to people, Hunk. While you're moving in around, Hunk, would you be so kind as to make me a perception check?
Sure. All right, Captain. Sorry, I'm used to the other one, and I'm getting used to... Okay, perception. Oh, 30-20.
Dirty 20. As you are looking around the market stalls, your eyes will suddenly kind of attract themselves to a beautiful looking produce stand. You see that there is a probably half-elven woman that is running, still very Arabic, that very darker skin due to living here near the Sahara, hair tied back in that tight ponytail. It seems to hold, this produce stand has the best selection of fruits and vegetables, and you feel your mouth water as beautifully red tomatoes and apples, golden oranges, and even, you'd be so careful to say, as fresh cabbage, something that is very hard to get actually here in desert climate, but crisp, watertight cabbage, all lined up. As you approach, the woman notices you watching. Hello, traveler. Are you interested in some produce today? It is a hot one, as some will say, and could not go wrong with some healthy fiber.
Yes. How did you make these look this fresh? That is hard to do on it.
That is, of course, my secret, but I can assure you it will not only be refreshing, but absolutely delicious.
Have you tried this one in a cobbler? Oh my goodness, I made the best one the other day. So good, but I bet with this one it would be extra delicious. These look super fresh.
You see the woman who maybe doesn't know what a cobbler is, just based on cultural difference. Just, I do not know much, but there is some fresh salads you can make with these. As she goes to pick up one of these tomatoes. As she does so, Nick, would you be so kind as to introduce your character and what you were doing at this moment?
Yeah, I was holding my action to start singing as someone interacted with me. So she is going to pick me up, and I am going to start singing, "If you like to talk to tomatoes." And just
Good Lord. You start singing. This woman screams and is going to throw you as hard as she can away from you.
Can I make an athletics check to see if I can catch him?
Please do so. That's perfect.
that is totally fair. I really don't like the market, so if she even throws me out of the market, that might be a better place for a poor tomato.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 20.
Natural 20. Oh my heavens.
That's 20 plus 6. 26, baby.
26.
I like that roll.
Easily beating this woman's athletics of 11. She doesn't really add anything, unfortunately. First nat 20 of the session. She goes, "Huh!" And Hunk, your instinctive training, you just raise your right hand and just auto catch this tomato in your hand.
And then I say calmly,
Oh,
"Please don't eat me."
What I would ask for Marissa, what would you do? You're holding now this tomato who just said, like, "Don't eat me." What are you thinking right now?
tomato! Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying? you were singing something?
Yeah, just please don't eat me.
Oh, well, I just try not to eat things that talk, because, well, unless they're already dead. But, like, currently talking to me. Like, I like meat just like the next person, right? And fish and sushi and all that jazz, but not if it's, like, currently alive. I don't want to know how the sushi's made, you know?
Yeah, I am absolutely currently alive. Thanks to your catch.
Yeah. Are you a new species?
Am I a new species? Not that I know of. I have quite a few friends.
Well, I've eaten a lot of tomatoes, and none of them have sung any songs.
You've eaten other tomatoes? Can I get a different person to catch me next time?
As this conversation happens, just this very odd, like, what's going on? We watch the camera kind of shifts and zooms, moving through different stalls to a totally different part of the market, just about 40, 50 feet away. Another humanoid figure has just emerged here into the market. But what we see is this person is definitely not a human being due to the rather pointed ears, marking them more as what we would know as an elven type of creature. But as this creature appears, Megan, would you be so kind as to introduce your character, what you look like, and maybe what you are doing in the market today?
Gladly. I am Tulio, and where there is a market, there is gambling. And I have a very trusty set of weighted dice. So I am just scamming everybody's pants off.
Good heavens. What I would ask is this then. Tulio, would you give me an investigation with advantage to just kind of find maybe the best marks here in the crowd?
Alright, and I will guidance myself.
Yep.
Alright, so that'll be a total of 11 for investigation.
Total of 11 investigation is not bad. Because Tulio, really what you're seeing right now is there is a lot of different people in and around this marketplace who seem to be like, the word I'm going to use is soft gambling. People coming in and like while they're buying fruit are quickly playing cards with each other, rolling dice. There's no set like booth or stall because, you would never want a firebend guard to walk by and then you would get in trouble because then most people can play it off as playing with friends. Tulio, what I would say is you look around and see what you think to be an easy mark simply based off of appearance. But I will not describe the appearance as... Lonnie, would you describe your character and maybe what they were doing in the market today?
At first glance, this appears to be an old woman, but her short stature is due to her being a dwarf, and so she's fairly middle-aged among dwarves. She is in full armor, sweating buckets, I'm sure, because she's used to Russia. And right now, she is yelling at this poor merchant, just trying to buy some rubber snakes.
You are just trying... This poor merchant, you see what seems to be like an Earth Genasi just... Ma'am, I am not sure what you are looking for.
It's just rubber snakes, snakes that are made of rubber.
We do
They
not...
are everywhere in my home. Why is this market so...
We do not carry snakes, but we do have... are you in need of rubber pot to carry acid?
No. I need snakes.
No, we do not carry... Madam, we do not carry snakes. We do not. We only have different assortment of cutlery. We...
This is She's just gonna storm off.
As you storm off, Tulio, you see this as like confused, angry grandma. That's an excellent gambling target.
Hey, friend, you look a little upset. Why don't we take a break, relax? You want to play some dice?
Sell rubber snakes.
Can I roll a check to see if I've even ever like heard of a place that carries them?
For sure. Go ahead and give me a check if you'd be so kind.
What is this? Is this history?
I'm going to say it's a history is the easy answer, is what we'll call it.
Okay, so I'll do history and I'll guidance myself again because yeah, that's not gonna help much, but we'll see. So that's what, total of 6?
A total of 6. You rubber snake.
I think I'm gonna say, you know what, Granny? I don't think they have those in these parts, but how about we play some dice? You never know, if you win something, you can buy whatever you want.
Young man, I would love to play games with you, but right now I do not have the things I need. If I have all the money in the world, it does not matter if I can't find the product. So thank you. Have a great day.
Can I ask what you need rubber snakes for?
Cats. Obviously.
What, like cat toys?
No, to scare cats.
You could probably find something else that would work as well.
Oh. Like what?
Go and give me a
know,
flat
nice
history check.
Like, This is Megan's mind is blank. I don't know what
give me a
happened.
flat history check. Let's
wild.
just see what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, nope. Spray bottles, I guess.
Yeah, spray bottle.
I'm so sorry. So you said that you were thinking some other alternatives for what to use to scare away cats, and then you rolled a 4. What did you say after that?
It's like water spray bottles.
You know what? She actually probably is dumb enough she would think that's a legit option. Ah, do you know where to buy these spray bottles?
Do I, August? On a 4, I'm gonna say probably not.
Not at all. Like, even Tulio, you are blowing smoke out of whatever orifice suits you. It is just, you're trying to get this lady talking to, like, get the rapport going to even try to gamble.
Mm-hmm.
She's too focused. She's not playing. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be like, if we walk through the market, we can probably find them, and I'm gonna try to like lead you past some of the like games that I saw happening to try and like distract you by what you see.
Clever, clever.
Very clever. As you start walking through, we will finally cut to one last figure. Um, Also, ironically, in a bit of armor. But as we kind of look, I will say, Hannah, would you like to introduce your character? Maybe a little bit of what they look like. And why are you at the market today?
So I imagine my character would stand out quite a bit because she has pink hair. And it's her natural hair color. She did not dye it. But she didn't dye it. It was given to her. She's not used to being a human. And so she knows that if she watches, she might learn human behaviors. Because the last thing she wants to do, I guess I'll just do it in first person. The last thing I want to do is like stick out even more like a sore thumb. So, and plus crowds would make me nervous after being in solitude for so long. So I imagine like that I'm in like the alley of the market watching people go by and trying to figure out like how they live because I don't know how humans live.
Excellent. I love it. Uh, Elizabeth, as you are watching the people here, you are seeing this kind of strange new sensation. Again, it hasn't been long, of course, since you've had to like go through and kind of adapt to this new life of yours. But what's strange is this is another like human interaction place where it seems that they give each other foods in exchange for other precious metals, which, while it makes sense to take the metals, the gold and silver, why would they give something away? This kind of give and trade. But as you're kind of watching, I would actually love if you want to give me a perception check. Let's see kind of everything you could see right now.
Five.
5, excellent. You are watching, and you see Tulio and Nana, or this large, tall, lanky, black-haired, elvish man with a small, stouter, armor-clad person, kind of leading by. And it's rather interesting, I would say, to watch because they're just going about their business, but you watch as the taller of the two is pointing towards different stalls, but also different gambling things, which you've never really encountered in terms of gambling.
Mm. What kind of gambling is it?
As you watch, and for Tulio and for Nana as well, it seems to be like a lot of simple dice and card games. Very much, follow the queen, simple high-low. Whereas, because you never want to start a gambling game in case the wrong person sees it and snitches. But this way, it's like very simple. Let's roll what we would know 2d6, but it's like, let's roll my dice. Whoever gets the higher, it's like, I'll roll, you tell me higher or lower, and then if you're right, I'll give you some coin. If not, I take your coin. Versus the Follow the Queen of like, I'm gonna pass my cards around of these simple suits and decks of cards, and if you find the one, like, I will give you some coin. It's a lot of those house always wins kind of games.
Okay. So, even though I think it's strange that people are, like, giving things away for precious metals, I probably would recognize food as food, even though humans are food, but now I'm human. But I imagine, like, I'd be hungry after traveling so far,
Yeah.
and if I'm watching them exchange precious metals, I have some of those.
You do?
So, I might find someone who's selling something that resembles food to me, so like meat, and see if I can buy myself some meat so that way I can make sure I can keep watching people without being distracted by hunger.
For sure. You walk up, and I will say it is that perfect Moses, just as you're kind of trading with this man, getting your pound of meat, this woman with the shocking pink hair and armor kind of strides upward. And so you see the vendor kind of turns his attention from you to her. Ah, hello, madam. What can I do for you this fine day?
I would like to take, I just pull one coin out, this precious coin, and would like to buy some meat to eat, please.
You pull out, and I'm going to say it's that classic, you pull out a gold coin because, like, this is what I have. The merchant's eyes just grow super wide. As again, they just did a whole bargain for like a pound of jerky, 4 silver. You know, that's still enough for a week. And so you see his mind just tally through all these options. Go, oh, of course, I could sell it to you. I would need 5 of those precious coins, though.
No idea that's wrong, so I'm just gonna give them to her.
The merchant takes 5 gold from you and gives you the exact same bag of meat, just a pound of jerky.
No.
Moses, you
August.
see this, yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering if I need to make a perception check to see this or anything.
Yeah, you see this for free.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, as she hands over the bag of jerky, I'm just gonna go over there. Excuse me, madam. I believe you forgot her change.
Oh.
Go ahead. Give me either persuasion or intimidation.
I'll give intimidation, but it's like, you know, that gentle intimidation, which is just like his sheer presence.
Exactly.
Nat 20 for a total of 25.
Oh my gosh. Excellent. Yes, prophet of the Lord. You walk up, Moses, just this truly inspiring presence. And the lady looks at you. And again, this was like a stall over where it's like she obviously overheard this exchange and was trying to con this poor, unknowing woman out of money. Her skin just flushes in embarrassment, pulls back out the coin, and is going to give you back 4 of your gold, Elizabeth, and 5 silver. So you only paid 5 silver for 1 bag of jerky.
Nice. So I spent 5 silver. That's it.
Yep, only 5 silver.
Amazing. I failed to remove coins. No! Okay, I have to figure this out later.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go up to Elizabeth and just kind of gently put my hand on her arm and just be like, you have to be careful here.
As you do so, Moses, Elizabeth, Nana, Bob, Tulio, and Hunk. Could I have all 6 of you roll me a perception check? Moses, you will be doing this with advantage.
Sorry, was that I included in that? I was trying to figure out some money issues.
Oh,
That'd
you're
be
totally
fine.
fine. It's a perception check.
I'll guidance myself.
Guidance on yourself, Tulio.
Wow, we done good, man.
All right, so that's a 19 for Moses.
Ooh, excellently done.
Nat 20!
Natural 20.
How are you
Very
rolling
cool.
so many of those? That's awesome.
Tulio, with a total of 10. I will say, Tulio, you are very invested in trying to get Nana to start gambling with you.
She's a hard nut to crack, apparently.
It's like, this stubborn lady, like, come on. But Moses, Elizabeth, you will hear the following words. Now, this is not spoken, but it is a voice you hear in your mind. Awake. Awake and know the coming of the Lord is nigh. As this happens, Elizabeth, you hear this voice. As it speaks, I would like you to roll me a history check on your natural 20.
Okay. 10.
10. Ooh. On a 10, you feel to some extent that the voice you just heard is an ancient voice. Truly one that you have not heard before, but based on just your life experiences, for lack of a better word, that whatever is happening is big. As this happens, this is where we're going to take just a quick 5-minute break before some future sneaky stuff. So we will return in just a moment. Welcome back. As you hear these words echo in your mind, Elizabeth and Moses, and Elizabeth knowing that this is an ancient voice, something old. Moses, this is something you've heard before. Different but similar. In this moment, I would like every single member of the party to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Did I hear that because I rolled a dirty 20?
Oh, excuse me. Yes, Hunk, you would have heard that as well.
Okay.
Con saving throws. All right, 18.
Ooh. Oh, no.
I want real dice.
I got 15. Did you get
Good lord. As you all watch, the world around you begins to blur and shift and change. Like watercolor spreading across a paper, images begin to form and shape out of the world around you until after but a moment, everything around you has changed. Indeed, you do not think you are in the market anymore. What I would ask is, based on these Constitution saving throws, specifically, we will start with Hunk on the highest Constitution saving throw. Hunk, as the world shifts and changes around you, it is about to reform, but what does the ground you are standing on look like? Or rather, where do you think you are standing right now?
Standing in the marketplace.
So just like back in the market?
Wait, what was the question?
Oh, I was saying because your vision is changing and shifting, I was wondering if Hunk had to like think, wait, what am I standing on or where am I? Would the perception of the world have changed for you? Or like, do you think you would imagine yourself standing someplace different suddenly?
Maybe. Maybe I'm in a training room.
Excellent.
Is that... Okay.
That is perfect. As Hunk, you kind of, again, pulling out of memory and just what you know, I would be in a training room. Why is my vision shifting? And as your mind starts to fill the image around you, watching like someone drawing and rendering in a space, you see yourself standing in a training room. And for the rest of the party, all of you start to see that as well. Now, I would have to ask, because it's a bit of a change, Moses, you have, I believe, the higher con. So, Moses, if a training room is what is under and around you, what do you think Moses would imagine to suddenly be above him?
Well, I would probably have to say, like, it's kind of like being on the peaks of the mountain where you can kind of see them about three quarters of the way up, and then above is like the night sky gazing up into the heavens.
Beautiful. As for Hunk, while the training ground is below you, you look up, Hunk, and suddenly the tips of mountain peaks and clouds become the night sky, stars above, and indeed all of you begin to see this as well. Elizabeth, as you are looking above, starting to see everything, what do you think you would hear in this place? Or even, what do you think you would hear based on your experience?
a training. So we're in a training ground. So my quick question: I got the same save as Hunk. So does that affect anything else? I'm just curious.
Nothing currently. It's this
Okay.
save
I just
was
want to double check.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't have any experience in a training ground, but I have lots of experience with knights. So I would probably hear them roasting in their armor.
A crackling sound for all of you as metal and flesh on fire, burning and crackling, as truly nights crackling. The night sky is crackling as all of you hear this fire emerge from around you. Bob the Tomato. Bob, as you are hearing this now, seeing these around you, what do you think the atmosphere, or even based on your own personal experience, smells like right now?
Just based on the fact that there's crackling, I'm gonna go back to my happy place, the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think I would smell like something baking.
A delicious baking aroma now wafts through this training room off into the night sky. All of you smell, yes, the delicious pies and cakes and other coarse dishes now starting to just make mouths water of the food and dessert. As this happens, Nana, would you be so kind as to describe for me what you feel around you? Like, what physical sensations would yourself or others be feeling based on maybe stuff in your own lifetime?
It would probably be scratchy blankets on top of like hard rocky ground, maybe a little bit damp because of snow or something like that.
Damp yet scratchy, heavy feeling coats you all. Truly an uncomfortable feeling of touch combined with the smell of baking, the sound of crackling, the rooms above, all of these starting to trick and snap your senses against each other. Finally, Tulio. Now, this is an odd question, but what would you be tasting in this moment? Or maybe what is the aroma and atmosphere in this room?
Those are two very different questions, so I'll go with the easy one of taste, where the first thing that popped into my mind was like coconut, like fresh coconut.
Yeah, fresh coconut. Uh, the room, it's the coconut blends with the baking, with the crackling, and then the feelings of scratch and damp. All above you is the starry night sky and moon, the training room around you. Each of you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this is indeed a vision of someplace not truly existing in any mortal plane, but rather a combination of minds. As you are all standing looking around, after some time, you would become aware of all of you, the six of your presence, standing in this room, and then, after a few more moments, of a seventh figure standing behind you all. As the figure steps forward, each of you notice that your eyes seem to capture then the image of a tall, slender man with shocking white and platinum hair swept backwards, a cloak that seems to form as a jacket and then extends down just below the knee. Where opened cloak you see the stretched and taut shirt that has been bound together like very old-fashioned styles. His pants are tucked in to the boots that currently sit right above mid-calf. But what really catches each of your eyes is the eyes of this creature that seem to be made of pure marble, not glowing, nor are they brilliant, but still they seem to emanate with power and seem to travel across the six of you gathered here.
I'll
Okay,
just,
August.
I'm going to say, well, howdy, partner.
As you said, yes, Mason, you had a question?
Would Moses recognize this figure?
Go and make me a history check.
Can we get a picture of him in the chat?
The picture
And
will
If you have one.
the picture will come tomorrow once each group has met this person.
Oh, okay.
No worries. A dirty
That was
13.
13 for Moses.
Moses, you do not know this person by name, but probably based off of what's happening by status. It is easy enough, Moses, to note that this is an angel.
Alrighty.
As Bob the Tomato, you bounce forward. Howdy there! The figure turns, and this more masculine figure looks at you and speaks. Greetings. I am a messenger from the Lord, and I come saying verily that the Lord and the gods that rule of this reality have decreed that this world should be destroyed.
Moses is going to step forward and ask, what does the Lord require of us?
You see the figure turns. The Lord and the gods that rule with him have decided that each of you are individuals worthy of being saved. In each of your present forms, you cannot be saved as the process would destroy you. Merely hearken unto these words, that it is up to you to find yourselves and prepare yourselves worthy and ready for the day in which destruction must occur. Your preparation can take the path you so choose. You can save those you wish to save. But know this, Moses, disgraced prophet, that the Lord will not be kept waiting.
How long do we have?
The figure turns, looks at you, Elizabeth. The time frame is one that I am unsure of how to explain, as time of the gods is different than time of yours. But take comfort, it will not happen soon. Merely that the world is changing and has reached such a state that it is no longer deemed worthy to stay by the gods.
Yeah, well, you all have fun with that. I don't do gods.
Sorry.
You
This is
see,
above my pay grade.
the figure turns, kind of looks at you, Tulio, and speaks this. You may count yourself above the gods, Tulio, but know this, that the gods are above you. That your encounters and blasphemies in pretend of lesser gods are not unknown.
Right, got it. Suitably ominous.
I drank the vodka today. Like, genuinely, I think that Nana is just very, very confused and wondering what on earth is going on, because this doesn't seem like reality.
Yeah, for sure. Nana, looking around, this figure, again, looking into each of your eyes.
Ready for fight.
Know this, that I am simply the messenger from the Lord. You may refer to me as Gabriel, but that while I speak and deliver messages, events are occurring in your reality that soon will change my current form. Indeed, as I now change, you will see these effects. As he finishes that last statement, you all are beginning to realize your, shall we call it, true sight of the marketplace is beginning to return ever so slightly, like a growing, fading cross reference. So the figure is not gone yet, but is about to go.
I'm okay with that.
Before he goes, as the figure leaves, each of you will find yourself standing once again in the marketplace, looking around. It doesn't seem that time has transpired, rather that you had some sort of shared vision or dream. And I will say, for Bob, what were you wishing to do? I will allow it.
I would like to do it now.
Yeah.
Everyone that is in the gambling ring all of a sudden starts to hear whispers of the authorities that are coming.
For
I hear whispers of what?
the authorities are coming.
Ooh.
As you do so, Bob, these gamblers that are in and around the marketplace hear this. Authorities are coming. But all of you notice that a change has occurred. And as I post this picture to your chat, I will describe the crescent moon hanging just as the day had started, about to fade from sight, has begun to change. You watch as inky redness drips across the crescent, becoming more and more bloodish, staining across the sky itself, making an eerie red morning. As you do so, Bob the Tomato, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Eight. So I like not going first, but I also like not going last. You know?
Excellent. Here we go. Grabbing these initiatives real quick. Nana with the 9. Wonderful. Tulio, 16. Well done, well done. Bob with a 6. Good on you, Bob. Hunk with a 3. Yikes. Elizabeth with an 8. Yikes. And finally, Moses with a 3. Yikes.
I'm a little nervous.
I wasn't nervous until this happened. Good lord.
But we all rolled like crap.
Yeah, here we go. I'm going to make an initiative roll just that everyone can see. Oh, no. So, that is a synthetic 20. Yikes.
Cutting words, I'm swapping to a bard.
Suddenly, let me change my class real quick. I'm just gonna change my stats. All of you watch the second the moon turns red, this bloody crescent hanging in the sky. Screams erupt all over the marketplace as each of you can easily find, no passive needed, tiny little imps made of fire have suddenly shot in and around this marketplace. These creatures, each clawing and cackling, alighting the stalls and cloth as they simply touch. As we begin this initiative, we are going to start with the fire imps. Oh no.
Gross.
The fire
Feel
imps.
bad.
You should feel bad about this. This is gross. I'm not loving it either. As we
He's like, you created it, August.
I know, but like the fact that these imps go before any single other individual is actually a little crazy. The imps are going to begin. You watch as about 5 of them descend all across, and 7. So meaning every single character will be struck by these imps. This will
Nice.
be.
Hang on, can I? If one of them was attacking me, could I use my loaded dice ability to roll? I think it's a d6 and subtract from their attack roll.
Yes, you can for your specific attack roll. That works.
I can only do it twice at this level, but I have like no hit points, so we're subtracting 3 from the attack roll.
Subtracting 3. So this does go in initiative order. So Tulio, that 11 then becomes only an 8 to hit you.
Oh, it was only an 11? I've got an AC of 14.
Yeah.
Oh well, I've used it.
You've used it. Nana, that is a 19, which will hit. Elizabeth, that is a 9, which will miss. Bob the Tomato, that is a 17, which will hit. 6 for Moses, and 13 for Hunk, which are both misses. As these imps hurl forwards, flame in and around you, that is going to be each character will take a total of 10 point. That is max damage. These imps run down and rake their fingers across you. Bob, your tomato skin just starts bubbling and boiling as you take 10 points of damage. Nana, this one slips down and around you, cackling, and slips under your armor and just starts boiling your skin. Moses, Hunk, Elizabeth, Tulio, you definitely dodge out of the way before this imp can really affect you. The imps have taken their turn, and each of you have an imp on you. Tulio, that begins. What would you like to do?
Is an ally within 5 feet, or do I need to like take a bonus hide or something to get advantage?
Nana is right next to you. Remember, Tulio, Nana, you're right there. Elizabeth and Moses, you're together, and Bob and Hunk, you're together.
Cool. So I am going to try and hit this thing with a rapier.
Go for it.
right, that's dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Okay, so I am going to roll the weapon damage, and then I think I'll have to roll a sneak attack separately.
Yeah, I think there should be a way on D&D Beyond to do so, but if you'd like, it might just be easier, like, do attack and then click for sneak attack.
Yeah, I don't...
Oh, you can roll. You can click the damage on D&D Beyond for the rapier, and then if you scroll down, it says sneak attack, and you just click there, and it will do the sneak attack for you.
I'm not seeing that option. I'm just gonna roll it and then roll 2d6.
Okay.
I think it's just wiring. Related to me.
That's a total of 14.
14 points of damage with your rapier will halve to 7 as you slash at this creature. Immediately it looks bloodied, but as you slash you realize that this attack is technically non-magical and shrieks and hisses with flame like a campfire being put out and immediately looks very, very injured.
And then I do have a bonus action, so I'll take a dodge.
Excellent, yeah. You take the dodge action. That will make Nana your turn as these fire imps jump down and attack you and Tulio. What would you like to do, Nana?
So first off, I equipped my armor and shield in D&D Beyond and realized that my AC is actually an 18. So I still get hit this round, but for future rounds. For my attack, I would like to slash at the same one that Tulio was attacking and down it, and I want to use my greatsword to hit it.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll to attack the same one Tulio hit.
And may I flank it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tiny creature, easy enough.
Oh. Well, that was a good roll. And then I guess roll again for advantage?
Yes.
No, because I have one of my armor. Okay. Dang, those were both nice rolls. Okay, so I assume that the 26 hit.
26 will hit.
Right. Okay. And that is 13 points of damage.
13 points. That will have to round it up 7, but exactly what is needed. Nana, you as your greatsword comes down and just using the flat of the blade extinguish this first fire imp next to you, and it is down.
Excellent.
Nana, excellent turn. Continuing in the initiative order, Elizabeth, that is you, as these fire elemental imps have appeared right next to you and Moses. Elizabeth, what would you like to do?
I am unmuted. Okay, so you could say that they're using fire against me, and that is my main source. So I'm going to be kind of angry. So you might say I might be in a rage.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of one. And then there was something that I can do. I just want to double check this feature before I use it. It says while ranging, the first creature you hit with an attack on your turn has disadvantage on any attack that isn't against you. Because I'm an ancestral protector. And when the target hits a creature other than you, that creature has resistance to the damage dealt by the attack.
Yes.
So I just want to put that out there because I am raging, so this is in full blown power here.
Excellent stuff. I love it. Go for it.
Okay. I'm going to use my hand axe, and I am going to roll to attack the thing that is on me. Oh, awesome. That's a 7, but if I'm raging, I don't know if that...
You have
I
advantage.
get a rage bonus of +2. Oh, advantage? Sweet. Try this again. Okay, that's 16.
16. Oh, excuse me. I'll still
Wait.
allow the advantage. It's called, you have to make it a reckless attack, meaning it might get it would get advantage against you on your turn. But it's
That's fine.
yeah.
That's
Six.
fine. And then I get +2 damage.
Yes.
So the 16 would hit, right?
16 will hit this creature.
Okay. So that's an 8. Is it already adding the +2? Does it already add the +2, or do I need to add the +2?
You will add the +2, so that should make it a
So
10.
Yeah.
You deal 10 points of damage. It will have to 5 against this creature as, boom, you take one of these hand axes and swipe against the creature as steel on fire just singes away as it looks pretty hurt, Elizabeth, but is still up.
Okay.
As you excellent. As you rage an action attack, that will bring us next in the initiative to Bob the Tomato. Bob, you and Hunk are standing here. What would you like to do?
Can I make a history check? Have I ever seen one of these before? And if so, I was wondering if I could see if wisdom would be a weakness.
Yeah, make me a history check.
Not the best, but
Not the best, unfortunately. As you make this, Bob, you've never seen these kind of creatures before in your life, unfortunately. These are brand new to you.
okay. Then I am going to cast Toll of the Dead on the one that slashed me.
Excellent use. You cast Toll the Dead. It's gonna have to make the check. Go ahead. What's the spell save DC it's trying to succeed against?
14, and it's a wisdom save.
Excellent. 14 wisdom save. Gonna roll that real quick.
Oh,
Oof.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It succeeds on that wisdom save with a completely natural 19.
Ouch.
Okie dokie. Well, he's not going to be told or dead. So.
Toll the Dead goes off, and it kind of sounds like these, like, do, like a musical aura, like, circles the imp, and the imp just kind of, and just, like, shakes its head and moves on. Bob, as you go for Toll the Dead, that will bring us to Moses' turn.
Alrighty. Well, I am going to start off by raging,
Excellent.
and I'm gonna grip the staff in both hands and like use the end of it, smack one of the stabbing motion to the fire imp's face.
Excellent. With that stab motion, go ahead. Make your attack as you're raging.
So that's a 7.
Alrighty. Do you want a reckless to get advantage?
Yes, please.
Go for it.
That's much better. That's a 17.
17 will hit.
Sweet. So since I'm doing it in both hands, it'll be a D8 plus 6 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, plus a D6 of radiant damage.
Yes, that Zealot Barbarian feature.
Yeah. That is 17 points of damage.
17. How much of it was radiant? Oh wait, I can see that. That's kind of cool. This creature immediately looks horribly bloodied as it is barely down. You slam down, poof, and singeing off the staff, not igniting it as you would notice, thankfully, but this creature looks horribly injured as you slam down, raging against it. With still some pretty good damage, of course. Hold on. Moses, you add a +2 to your rage.
Yeah, that's right.
So that would be 12 total because the ages have to 4, but 12 total points of damage. Moses, you slam down. The imp explodes into smoke and spark and is down completely.
Yes.
And that brings us Hunk, very last in this initiative order. Hunk, as these little fire imps are attacking you and the tomato in your hand, go ahead. What would you like to do?
Use my yellow Bayard.
August,
Yeah?
I forgot to use my bonus action. Can I give Bardic Inspiration to Hunk?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so that's just a 1d6.
All
All right. Yeah, Hunk, you'll have a d6 to help with this. Go ahead. You grab your Bayard and that free action. Immediately, you are holding this big old turret gun and just ready to obliterate this fucking imp. Go ahead. Roll to hit.
Right.
You did not. No.
I did.
Oh my gosh. I see it. Oh my gosh. Hunk, go ahead. I need you, if you would be so kind, to roll a ton of damage. This is going to be 4d8 of force damage.
Luckily, those did not roll so high.
Oh my gosh. Hunk, force damage is not something that they are resistant to. You level your turret gun and bullets of pure force and energy rip into this creature who slams down, gets ready to attack, just goes, nah! And just like before it can look up, you have made a smoking crater where it would have been.
Yeah.
Hell yes. Hunk immediately down. No Bardic needed, so you can save the Bardic for when you want to use it. That will bring us back then to the top of the order. The fire imps are going to attack again. Now, Hunk and Moses, you have completely obliterated the ones on you. Nana and Tulio took out the one on Tulio, but excuse me, Nana, Elizabeth, and Bob, you are all going to be targets of attacks. 3d20. Let's roll these. Oof, yikes. Tulio, that is a 13 to hit. Oh, excuse me. I didn't add their +4 bonus from last time. Wouldn't have changed anything, but that 13 is technically a 17. The 2s are both 6s.
Did you roll it at disadvantage because of my dodge?
Oh, I need to roll yours at disadvantage. Thank you so much. That is helpful to remember. That is a 15.
Okay.
And the other 2, because Hannah, for Elizabeth, you would have it at a flat roll because it's got that disadvantage because of your ability, but it did get advantage because of Reckless, so it's only a 6. Same with Nana.
The disadvantage for them doesn't work.
Oh.
On D. It works for others, but it doesn't work on me. Let me double check really quick.
No, you are totally right. I scuffed that rule. Yeah. So it's going to try.
So it'll roll with advantage.
Yeah, it might get better than a 6. Yeah, that's a synthetic 20 to hit Elizabeth.
Yep.
Elizabeth and Tulio, that will hit. Nana, that is still a miss on you. This is going to be It's rolling 2d4 plus 2. For both of you, Elizabeth and Tulio, you take 6 points of fire damage as they jump around and like grabbing onto articles of clothing and weapons and start burning into your skin and clothing. Excellent. The fire imps take their turn. The other ones are not here yet. For what you all can realize, there are other imps that are currently like jumping in and around, and some might come attack you guys. For the most part, it looks like the market is just kind of overrun with a lot of these creatures. And now that it's happening, merchants are starting to flee in panic. Tulio, that is you. As the one creature... Hold on. I think I messed something up. Tulio, you would not have taken 6 points of damage whatsoever, because the one attacking you is dead.
Okay, because I thought that's what you said, and then I thought you just changed your mind, and the one on Nana decided to attack me.
No.
I will heal, thank you.
That's, yes, you are at full. You have not been hit. Nana, one was attacking you. Elizabeth, it's the one with Bob the tomato that was attacking. I do not know why I said Tulio. I completely apologize. Bob, you would have taken 6 points of fire damage.
Okay, cool. I will mark that down.
Thank you so much. As Tulio, it is your turn. There is one fire elemental that is trying to attack Nana. There's one fire elemental at Bob the tomato and Hunk, and there's one fire elemental still left with Elizabeth and Moses.
Hey, am I within 30 feet of the rest of the group?
Around the market stall for sure.
Cool. So first off, I'm gonna bonus action face step. So the imp or elemental or whatever we're calling it right next to me needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. That's an 18.
Oof. Okay. So that effect doesn't happen for it, but I do still move with the Misty Step part of this, and I will appear right behind the imp that's attacking Bob, and I will try and stab it in the back.
Gotcha.
Nice.
I greatly appreciate that. That's the second time it hit me.
Gross. That's gross. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 barely misses.
Gross. Missed with advantage. Okay.
Bonus action Misty stepping in. Right before you get this little fire elemental kind of like cocks its head and just splits for half a moment into two little fires and then reforms Tulio right after you slash at it with your rapier. Nana, what would you like to do? There's one fire elemental still on you.
I would like to try and slash at it. Would I even be able to get it with my greatsword?
Yeah.
Okay, wasn't sure. Then I will try, and I do not have advantage anymore. Oh no! I do not hit.
On a nat 1.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna action search.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try again. May I move 30 feet closer so that I may have flanking advantage on it this time?
Well, Nana, there's a fire elemental still on you.
I see. So no advantage whatsoever, but I will try again, and I'm going to move closer to the rest of the party anyway.
Okay, so it's attack and then see what happens and then move. Gotcha.
Does 18 hit?
18 will hit.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. 13 points again.
13 will have to 7. This other imp just immediately looks you slam at it, very hurt and kind of dazed eyes, just kind of twirling around. If you want to move, there will be an opportunity attack it could make.
Nah, I'll stay where I am then. Thank you.
Okay. Nana, you slam down this other fire elemental looking pretty hurt. Elizabeth, that's you. There's just the one fire elemental you were attacking.
Okay, I'm still in a rage, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do reckless or not. Can I roll and then choose to use reckless, or do I have to make the decision before I roll?
Oh no, you can like roll, and if you miss, say I'll reckless attack and then get advantage.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna roll to attack with my greatsword because now I know it'll hit.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, 13.
A 13 hits exactly.
Whew. Okay. And that's 10 points of damage.
10. But you are raging, so again, there's another 2.
So it halves to 6.
Halves to 6, yes.
Okay.
That imp is now looking on death's door as you are slashing with your sword back and forth, and the imp looks horribly messed up and is about to be extinguished.
Is there anyone nearby who has already extinguished their imp?
Moses is right next to you and was able to one-shot his.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm just gonna like elbow him and be like, this thing, can you get it off? So.
Excellent. Elizabeth just like asking help from Moses. Just be like, get this thing, kill this thing. Bob the Tomato, there is one fire elemental that is next to you and Hunk.
Yeah. Okay, can I cast... Remind me, I don't remember the rule on this. Can you cast a spell as your action and a different spell that is a bonus action as your bonus action, or can you only cast one spell per turn?
The action of casting a spell means you cannot take 2 spell actions. It does then mean if you have a bonus action cantrip, it is possible to bonus action cantrip and then cast a spell, but not the other way around.
Okay, so if I have like a bonus action first level spell, I have to choose that or a different spell.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to cast Bane on the one, actually. Is there just this one left?
There's one next to Nana that just is barely holding on.
Okay.
Same with the one next to Elizabeth and the one next to you. All of these 3 are just barely alive.
Perfect. I would like to cast Bane on all 3.
Ooh.
They must make charisma saving throws, and whenever a target that fails the saving throw makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw.
Heck yeah, that is such a smart move. They will make this roll. They do have a +2. The first one gets a nat 20. Gosh. The next one is going to roll. Got a 19. The last one got a natural 20.
What?
Oh gosh.
So it didn't work. I'm sorry.
Bob, these imps look at you as you go to cast Bane. How would Bane look like? Like, what would you try to do to cast Bane?
I think it would, like, is it do they see something? I can't remember.
Yeah, Bane, it kind of looks like this etherealness that kind of would spread out.
I think I would show, I think I would try to show those water elementals.
Gotcha. Bob the Tomato, you use a drop of tomato blood, cast this ethereal swift away. These elementals stop, look at you, and all the fire imps, you could swear they just licked their lips at you.
Can I... Is it a bonus action to make a medicine check on myself?
Unfortunately, no, because bonus actions are very specific to like what they say is bonus action.
Then I am going to give a bonus action to who's after me in the initiative.
Moses and then Hunk.
Okay, I'm going to give Moses a bardic inspiration.
Excellent. Moses, you now have that bardic inspiration. And that's your turn there, Moses. Moses, there's one elemental left next to Elizabeth, one next to Bob the Tomato, and one next to Nana.
Okay. I'm going to use my staff, just like in a big overhead swing for the one that's attacking Bob.
Excellent. Go ahead, you rush over. I'll probably have to take an opportunity attack on you, just from the one little elemental over here.
Okay. Also, I got a nat 20.
Nat 20. I just whiff and a miss against you on a 14, Moses. Nat 20 to slam down. Go ahead and roll double damage on this.
All right. So we also roll 2d6 for Divine Fury then?
Yes, you would. Because it's the first time you hit this creature.
Okay. Alrighty. So that is 14 plus 3.
Oh,
and 11 of that being radiant damage.
Moses, how do you want to do this to this creature?
Yeah, so just like right as it licks its lips at Bob, staff just comes down right between the eyes.
Good heavens.
It's like, what?
This creature doesn't even have a chance to think as explodes into sparks and dust. Moses is just smiting these creatures away. Good heavens. Hunk, that is you. So, Hunk, as Moses takes away the last elemental next to you, there's one that's next to Elizabeth and one that's next to Nana.
I think I'm going to use that weapon again.
Mm-hmm.
That worked out really well for me. Oh, sorry. Loading. Okay, I'm going to use my Bayard. Is that okay?
Go for it. Use which fire elemental do you want to shoot?
There's two?
Yes, one is with Elizabeth, one is with Nana.
Okay, I'm gonna think that Nana looks like a little frail old lady, so maybe I'll help her.
I just more love this because Elizabeth's like, hey, can you help take out my fire elemental? And no one helped. You're good.
Sorry. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does hit.
It does not.
It does hit.
Oh, good. Okay. That's happy. Okay, then I'm going to roll my damage.
Awesome.
Okay, that's 11 damage.
11 points of force damage. As you slam in, this fire imp is no more as you blast it from existence. Well done, Hunk, getting rid of the penultimate fire elemental. That does bring us back to the top of the order. Now, I do have to roll a just quick luck check because there were other fire elementals. That's a 9. Thankfully, any other fire elementals have either no interest in your group or have already begun like chasing or attacking other just random citizens. Meaning there's only one fire elemental left. It's going to try to attack Elizabeth. And on a natural 6 for 10, it misses. Tulio, that makes your turn. Tulio, there's only one left.
Yeah, I'll try and stab it.
Excellent. You rush over, go to stab it. Go ahead and roll the hit.
That'll hit.
Excellent. Go ahead, roll damage plus your sneak attack, because Elizabeth is right by to be an ally.
$14?
14 half to 7.
Wait. Hang on. No, 17. I forgot to add my modifier to the first one.
Thank
I
you.
was just looking at the die instead of all the little pop-ups.
You're good. 17 half to 8, which is more than enough that you need. Rushing over, Tulio, it's that you place that one hand on Elizabeth's shoulder to vault yourself over and slash at the elemental right before it attacks. And that being said, we come out of initiative.
Good, we all survived.
You all survived, and Bob only has 5 hit points. You did good.
What about the people who don't have weapons and are just running for their lives? Aren't there other imps or things that are still hanging out in the market?
Well, it's their fault for not carrying weapons.
Can I slap them?
Bob legitimately has 5 hit points.
He's a tomato.
He's a tomato.
I wondered.
I didn't necessarily build my character to have a lot of hit points, and yeah.
Yeah, we can't all be barbarians.
Building off of Hannah, I genuinely am concerned about everyone else too. Like, what is the state of the people around us?
I just rolled kind of a basic luck check. On a 14, it doesn't look like anyone died from the... It's not like this was a major attack, but rather a scary inconvenience where people maybe got injured and are running away, but either they've dealt with the imps and are just continuing to flee, or it's a matter of trying to work their way out and just like are being chased continually until the imps lose interest.
Okay, so no one's in immediate danger.
Lose on myself.
Oh. Well, okay.
No response.
I didn't hear that. Sorry, you cut off. What was it?
Can I cast Cure Wounds on myself?
Go for it. For sure, Bob.
Can we go and attack the other ones?
What I'm saying, Hannah, is there's nothing else to attack because they've either been successfully dealt with or are just chasing people out of town and you wouldn't really get there in time.
Okay. That makes me feel a little better. I just thought you were trying to say we didn't have to because they weren't attacking us, and I was like, my moral code of ethics does not work that way. So
yeah. No, you're good. It was a fair question because yes, it's not like they were just like it was more they didn't attack you because
your moral code of ethics was eating people.
Yes, but I'm human, so I have to start acting like a human, even though I don't want to act like a human. So.
As you all sitting here, kind of just taking that breath after the battle, now that you have a chance to think, I would say all of your minds harken back to this encounter you just had with the figure known as Gabriel.
I don't like this end of the world thing he was spouting now. Because if this is what it looks like,
This is from the Lord.
So it's a message from the Lord. Message from the Lord.
Yeah. Only more things like that. This is going to keep happening. I think it's best we all stick together.
At least not all of you. There's no ogres, right? No one's an ogre?
No.
What is an ogre?
My mother-in-law.
Good to know.
Let's just say ogres and I don't get along. They turn things into humans, and we don't like them. Ogres. Green. Little weird ears. Hang out with donkeys.
I've heard that they're kind of like onions. I assume that refers to the smell.
Anyways, where do we go? Okay, I was really confused about his whole, in your forms, you are not worthy.
I can give you kind of a meta answer, if that makes sense. As of right now, if you were to be saved, translated, whatever you want to call it, it's not going to end well. There might need to be some hero's journey level. We need to get stronger or better or very meta level up to a point where you would be allowed to be saved, it sounds like, from these higher gods.
Gotcha. Do I think my dragoness form would make me then safe to translate?
I'll say you don't know. Maybe.
Okay, I just wanted to ask because I was curious.
No, you're totally good. I would say, though, for the rest of the party, what is everyone thinking right now? Or maybe what would you kind of ask around with each other?
I think if we're getting the sense that we need to get stronger, then we need to find more monsters or imps, more whatever these are, and start basically murder hoboing.
Yeah.
Nana is a very simple woman.
Right, yeah, because murder is always a great plan. Personally, I'd like my stabby dagger to get magical again before we throw ourselves into murder campaigns.
Oh yes, that might be a good idea.
Question for the group: does anyone else have healing spells?
Nope.
Anyone else have what?
I did.
Okay. I just wanted to know if I was the only one, because if I'm the only one, then I want to use my spells a different way than I did.
It's your wounds. That's all I got.
I might have some more healing spell. Let me see real quick.
I mean, I can tell you all right now, the only one with healing spells is Nick.
Ooh.
I can heal for 3 hit points.
Is that yourself or the others?
It's more racial feat.
Mm-hmm.
Or like as
Yeah,
a...
thing. So yeah, you can use that for others if you want to, but probably will yourself because it's not a ton yet.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Sorry, dude.
Oh, this is shaping up to be a fine campaign.
Yes, it is.
You're the one who put all the marshals in the same party, I guess.
I did no
Do you remember
such
when we
thing.
did like the Disney Legends or Legacies, and wasn't it Nick who mostly had healing spells?
Yeah.
And like the only people, like, I was dying constantly, but like he was Nick also dying, and so we couldn't heal anyone because he was dead?
Yeah. It was very crazily similar. But as you all stand here in the market, with the crescent blood moon now starting to officially fade into the night sky as day finally approaches, this is where we are going to end our campaign for this evening. Or end our session for this evening. Thank you all so very much for playing. Thank you all for listening. And I will see you all next time.